Greetings, mortals! It is I, Lord Hallows, once again. And as it happens, today is the day, Halloween. The glorious day of Halloween, when all of our dark powers are at our strongest. And that is why today would be an appropriate day to do a review for you. You might wonder what it is. Well, for review today, I submit to you this Disney's Once Upon a Halloween. Lots of you may not know about this, but to cut a long story short, it was a special that was produced for the UK only. It is, however, available in some different languages, but we'll cover more on that later with the DVD's features. So, given the name, no doubt you're intrigued. What may it be about? Well, that is what we shall cover. As you can see, the DVD is presented in a very nice case, with the cover featuring most of your favourite Disney villains. Particularly taking note of the Wicked Queen being there, for she is the main focus of this special. The back of the DVD features a small bio. If you wish to read it, I recommend pausing the video right here. And it even gives you some intake of its special features, such as the Witch's Library and Hide and Go Creep. We shall cover those in more detail. And these are the languages it's available in. And now you know the basics about this. Let us allow ourselves to put it on the TV. And you'll see some of its sinister features for yourself. Shall we? Once you have inserted the DVD and gotten past the adverts, you are greeted by the menu which shows a lot of the Wicked Queen's castle, with music which really adds to the ambience. And that's the main menu itself in front of the bubbling cauldron. You have your options to play the feature, go to the bonus features, where's the setup, and the scene selection should you wish to revisit a favourite scene. To start with, we shall look at the bonus features. The bonus features, as the back of the DVD says, are Hide and Go Creep and the Witch's Library. Hide and Go Creep is a game to which you have to find 3 villains hidden around the Queen's castle in order to prevent her from teaming up with them. Said villains are the Big Bad Wolf, Maleficent, and Jafar. You only have a limited number of chances to find the villains before the game is over. The stakes are upped as you get less chances depending on who you have to find, and the Queen will occasionally pop up to remind you that your chances are running slim. And you must certainly choose wisely, because even if you already have found one villain, if you run out of chances, the game results in an instant game over status. That, plus the fact every time you play, you may well find the villains hiding in a different spot. The Witch's Library is an index featuring the best of the Disney villains, and to its credit, it's a very faithful index too. The villains are categorised, and you can find a profile of each one inside, which is read aloud to you with a lot of enthusiasm. And you can tell they know their Disney villains well from the way it is read to you.
The sorceress Yzma may suffer from a severe case of power envy, but when it comes to making potions and poisons, you've got to hand it to her. She's one evil genius. Once Emperor Cusco's loyal diva meets mad scientist advisor, he has since had to let her go as she's turned like 135 or something and has kind of lost her way. Never want to let adversity get the best of her, Yzma is nonetheless preparing him a sumptuous feast. Of course, she'll have to poison Cusco so she can continue her evil plan to take over the Empire. Unfortunately, her mindless lackey Kronk mixes up poison potions and instead turns Cusco into a llama with an attitude. Cheers!
The main feature itself features the same narrator from the special features narrating an intro and an outro. But as there are no end credits to this, there is no telling who the narrator is, although you may feel free to fathom a guess. Even without credits, sources can tell you that the Queen is voiced by Suzanne Blakesley, albeit not really sounding much like the witch form of the Queen.
My transformation is complete. Now nothing can prevent me from attaining my goal.
And the Cauldron is voiced marvellously by Corey Burton, to which even without credits, that much is obvious.
Let us start in the beginning, my queen. The oldest villain of them all. Will he heed your corruptive call? Or before there was Goofy, Donald, or Mickey, Peg-Leg Pete made survival quite tricky.
And like every other time, it is an absolute treat whenever he uses that voice. And we have a most delightfully devilish villain song about sidekicks and henchmen within the feature, which is sung by none other than Ursula the Sea Witch herself, Pat Carroll.
Sidekicks and henchmen, that's who get you the prize. They'll be your ears and eyes if ever trouble should arise. Sidekicks and henchmen, go where you dare not go. No things you're scared to know. Protect and serve and even glow.
And nothing less is to be expected from her as she delivers a most marvellous performance. The story revolves around the Queen consulting her cauldron about conquering Halloween, and which villain shall be the best to join her in her conquest. This particular cauldron just happens to be one who is the keeper of all villainy, and was released upon the time when the Black Cauldron was being searched for by the Horned King. To which this is very clever how they managed to get this story to coincide with another. But yet, it is most peculiar how the Queen finds herself fortunate to be in the possession of this cauldron without so much as batting an eye when the cauldron tells her this tale. Yet when he brings the Horned King up to her as a cautionary tale about how the cauldron's power is misused, she does not appear to believe this tale, dismissing it as pure myth.
It is my good fortune to have acquired such great magic. Foolishness, ignorance, cowardice. I've never heard anything so ridiculous. Everyone knows that story is pure myth. A tale told to scare little witches at night.
But apart from that, it is indeed glorious seeing montages and clips of all of these villains. This special is essentially a clip show. However, it is quite obvious when some of the clips have been edited down.
That cussed beast liked the taste of me so well, he's followed me ever since, licking his chops for the rest of me. Peter Pan, ahoy! Swoggle me eyes in his pen.
But some clips are left intact.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Run, lever! Why do we even have that lever?
The special features various montages from the opening showing the best of them, to evil laughter, to having portraits of themselves taking to varying levels of dignity, to even showing the downfall of these villains. The first two, and the last in particular, each have very appropriate music to go along with them.
Oh, to be sure. Watch carefully.
The visuals are quite atmospheric, I find, even if this does show its age as a direct-to-video product from 2005. And it's easy to tell it was a relatively cheap production as we do not even see the Queen's face. We only see her from behind, or her shadow on the wall. There is one time we do see her reflection in the window, but even then it is not a particularly good shot. In spite of all of this is still a very fine special and may well be considered nostalgic if you happen to grow up with this DVD in your possession. And it truly shows why Disney's villains deserve to be celebrated as much as their heroes do. And it'll guarantee some Halloween fun for all of the family. And thus, there we have it. Disney's Once Upon a Halloween. As for Lord of the Underworld, what do I reckon to it? Well, it's a perfect special to celebrate Halloween, and I would recommend it to anyone who enjoys both Halloween and Disney villains too. In fact, I'm not just recommending, I'm demanding that you get this, or you'll be going to the Shadow Realm. Anyway, it's easy enough if you live in the UK. There may be a charity shop that'll have it, or it may even be available on eBay. Even if you don't live in the UK, you should be able to enjoy this too. Just get a region-compatible DVD player. As for those of you who don't know, the UK is Region 2, and the US, for example, is Region 1. And thus, that draws this video to a close. If you have already seen this special beforehand, what do you think to it? Do you enjoy it? Feel free to share in the comments below. And that's that from me. And until the next time, have a very happy Halloween.